Lycomingfootball.com. We're on the Wednesday show. Big win, Mike Clark, head football coach of Lycoming, and big win on Saturday. What's the most important thing you think that was accomplished in that game that you were looking for?
Well, John, for the first time all year, we won the turnover battle, right? And we didn't give the ball away as much as we had, and defensively we forced, not only forced turnovers, but also scored 2 touchdowns. So, I mean, it's like you're spotted a 14-point lead right there. That was a huge part of the game.
Okay. Talk about the work of the offensive line. Three games, running backs getting over 100 yards. You got to be pleased with at least the run blocking. That offensive line.
Yeah, and I mean, now, John, that's important to us, having a first-year quarterback, that you need to be able to, try to make the game easier for him and not ask any first-year starter to throw the ball 35 or 40 times. That's a hard way to win. So we've had good success. We like our first 2 tailbacks. We think they're both very good players. But certainly, they're being helped extensively by our ability to block people. So, yeah, the O-line has played in the run game very, very well. And even in protection, other than the Stevenson game where it was multi-layered, we've done a pretty good job of protecting the quarterback.
Yeah, always the offensive line shouldn't get credit for maybe covered receivers, and there's just no out.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. Covered receivers, running backs, the quarterback, sometimes holding the ball too long.
Throw the ball away.
Sure.
Yep. Head coach John Martzka, I guess that's how you pronounce it.
Yep.
This is his 9th year. You've seen him every year.
Yep.
Lycoming, the last time we lost to Albright was 2009.
Okay.
We've had pretty good success. Big win over Widener. Maybe a lot of people not expecting that. What's your thoughts on that game?
Well, I think John does an outstanding job. They're always very well coached, John, and they'll have their team ready. Salisbury's always a very good team, and they came back when they were down 20 points and beat Salisbury. Widener was our preseason #1 choice and our defending league champion. So to win against Widener is an outstanding win. So they've beaten 2 really good football teams, and they'll be ready to come in here and play. I mean, they will absolutely be prepared. They're outstanding from a special team standpoint. They have the best kicker and punter in our conference.
Is Sobolewski?
I think it's Sobolewski, maybe. I'm not really sure how. He's outstanding.
Yeah, he kicked one from 51 yards in that game against Widener.
Yep, and defensively they're very sound. Their linebackers are big and can run. Their D line is very active. I mean, they're good. They're good offensively. When it looked like they might have struggled to throw the ball some, but when you say that, they came back and threw for a ton of yards against Salisbury in their opener. So, look, they're a good football team. They've beaten 2 teams that are very highly regarded, and I think that tells you a lot about Albright.
You're halfway through the week now. What were you expecting to see this week in practice? I know a lot of the players said last week they had a good practice. And I think that probably is what you're looking to continue.
Yeah, John, our biggest concern with a young team is that, we'll feel good about ourselves too much after winning a game. And look, I'm happy that we won games or won a game. We hope to be able to win again Saturday, obviously. That's what everybody wants to do. But we have to learn how to handle being successful. And so it's going to be really important for us. Our energy level has been better this week, but we need to continue to execute at a high level during practice and make sure we're, understand the game plan in every phase so that we have a chance to play well on Saturday.
Yeah, you hit on one point I was thinking about is a lot of times we talk about the letdown after a pretty decent game.
Yeah.
Could be letdowns, Albright coming in here beating preseason pick #1 Widener. They have the same challenge, I'm sure, to keep their people kind of level-headed.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're any coach in the league right now, I think if you look at it, should feel good. or should be able to get their team to be emotionally prepared. There really can't be any letdowns. Look, Albright's undefeated, and so our mindset this week is that, hey, we want to beat the team that's in first place. We don't have a shot at Stevenson, who's the other undefeated team in the league, but Widener has a loss, Del Val has a loss, we have a loss, Lebanon Valley has a loss. Everybody has a loss except Albright and Stevenson. Well, we can't play Stevenson again, but we have a shot to play a first-place team this week, and if we can find a way to beat Albright, then the league this year, I hope, or our sense is, and we hope this is right, is that it's going to be murderer's row, that it's going to be anyone can beat anybody any week, similar to 2013 or 2008. And maybe that's not the case. Maybe Stevenson runs a table and maybe Albright runs a table. But we have to hope otherwise.
Yeah, well, it looks like it's going to be a tough year for most everyone as far as keeping a win streak going. Come Saturday, game time, I think, is 1 o'clock this
1 o'clock this week, yep.
And what will it take for Lycoming to win that game, do you think?
Well, I mean, we'll have to improve on the way we played last week. I mean, look, Coach Brown does a great job at Wilkes, but Albright's undefeated for a reason. They're very sound in every phase, and we're going to have to continue to improve. We need to win the turnover battle like we did the other day. We need to at least neutralize their special teams, which are outstanding, right? So we have to be reasonable in the kicking game, which we weren't against a good Stevenson team. And we need to execute the plans on offense and defense. And if we do those things, we'll be in the game. We'll have a chance to win the game. And if we don't do those things, again, we're playing someone that's really proven to be a good football team so far. So, hopefully we'll grow and develop again this week.
This is out of order, but the last quarter or the last half of the Wilkes game, you only allowed 3 points. Was there anything at halftime that was done? I mean, the defense just seemed maybe a lot different. What is your
John, I mean,
what do you do on halftime?
I mean, it just depends.
New Rockney?
No, I didn't give anything like that. John, we go in at halftime, we talk about the first half briefly. The kids get something to drink and something to eat. The coaching staff talks, and then we split up on each side of the ball to make some adjustments.
Not reinventing the wheel.
No, I mean, trying to fix some things or figure out where you were good or what you haven't done, and some things you might be able to. You don't have much time. I mean, that 20 minutes goes fast.
Yeah.
It certainly wasn't anything that I said. I think our defensive coaches did a really nice job of, kind of looking at the first half and making some changes. We put them in a tremendously difficult spot when we threw an interception early in the third quarter, and I think when our defense held Wilkes to a field goal there, it did wonders for our confidence level.
And
then we took the lead, and it just, that was a big point. So I'm sure we tweaked a couple things defensively, but nothing. No one person said or did anything. I think collectively our coaches and our players did a nice job of just, executing in the second half.
Yeah. Okay, good luck Saturday against Albright, and we'll see you there.
Absolutely. Thanks, John.
Thanks,
okay.
Mike.
Yep, bye. All right, who else do you need?
I'd like